Hey, everybody, it's the...
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20. And they'll run it here. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Bobby Wagner coming in to drop him for a loss of... This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, that's Carson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still 1st down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He hits Baldwin right side. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Man, it's a tough area in the field to try and run a draw play out of the gun. You know you're going to face a good push up front, and here they swallow him up for no gain.
Now Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Out to kick is Janikowski. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum? I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And it's a fumble. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. he's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford. And, boy, he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Marshawn Lynch, an 8. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Scrambling not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. A look up to the scoreboard as time has run out on this first quarter. 10-zip our score. We'll be back to Seattle right after this. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Go! And they'll go with a ground attack here. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Well, the Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
All right, now look at 56.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Forced out to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Now Bell. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Left.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Being chased out left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. Well, nothing complicated about that. That's old-school power football.
And effective. And that's the key to everything, right? Sometimes.
On 1st down, Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Throwing is Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's got Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawks 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Nobody leaked. Big play. The pitch out to Lynch. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now the throw on third. Out to kick is Janikowski. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. And they'll go on the ground. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally, I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
They're going to try and throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he slides to avoid the hit. Oh, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his decision to run it. He picked up that big 1st down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. A couple of 1st downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now Roethlisberger. And he rifles one incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. Big Ben, with his size, sometimes it still surprises me when he can dance for a 1st.
He's the preeminent quarterback at taking contact, shedding it, and turning it into a big play. You know what they say about him? It's not the first 3 seconds of the play that you worry about with him. It's the next 3. Takes the hit, and now he creates a big one.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Roethlisberger will throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completion, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And Big Ben breaks a tackle, gets outside, and makes another play, huh? We've seen this from him plenty of times. It's not the first 3 seconds of a play for him.
It's the next 3.
That's when the big plays occur.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. Third and goal. Here's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there from 3 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
A wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the...
On first down. He hits Baldwin right side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. from the shotgun. Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Brown with a stick skills. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Back onto the field now comes the wideout Antonio Brown. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Dancing, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Bobby Wagner in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And once more, a great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's a give to Lynch. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
3rd and long. It's Wilson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Snickers, you gotta spin. Snickers, you gotta spin.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
All right, let's go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Tough 1st half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. And they'll run it here. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Left.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
44. Set. Like 80.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Let's go. Take both of them.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Set. 230.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Let's go. 44.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Staying on his feet. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, that will go down at They'll throw on first down with Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll go again with McKissick. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Here's Roethlisberger. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. now in Seattle, Washington. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And Dixon over the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson completes it to Dixon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. To throw again is Wilson. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. The quick slant caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. To kick is Janikowski. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now it's Roethlisberger. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Frank Clark in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
The 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Right, call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Trey Madden. Out to kick is Janikowski. So this will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. With his guys trailing here in the fourth, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
After review of the play, the running on the field is reversed.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 39. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. It's complete to Brown, right side. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. His throw caught right around the 6.
Let's go!
The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Roethlisberger. Step touchdown, Steelers. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered on the first step in their comeback attempt.
2. Alert, alert. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
They go play action here on first down. This pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal. From the 2 now. Second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the crossing route, complete. That's Tate. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. First down now, but that clock rolling.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Back to throw. He hits Baldwin right side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. He'll look to throw. He's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And it's second down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere. Yeah,
and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw. And he fends him off. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. He's back to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow.
Out to kick is Janikowski. This is taken near the 13. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Here's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Certainly would have liked to get some yardage out of that play, but now you got to put this in the hands of your field goal kicker, see if he can get you to overtime. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. And on the ground they go with a running back. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And the stadium clock says 0, but the one on your screen is the one that matters, and the officials say yes, it's a timeout with 1 second left to go and a field goal try forthcoming to potentially send us to overtime. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And this game is tied. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And
now Wilson on first down. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got some decisions to make now. In field goal range already. How do you play this out?
You check with your kicker to make sure the spot that he told you that he wants it is still the same as the game is going on, because sometimes the kickers have to make adjustments. They may all of a sudden become more confident about their range and their spot. They may become less confident about it. Where do you want it, and what is the range that we need to get into for you to kick the one through the post for us to win it?
So this game possibly could end on the foot of the kicker here in overtime. Right back to him on first down. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it, you get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that opening.
Show that bench release and go. Show that bench release and go.
Now what can Roethlisberger do here in overtime? Buying time to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.